Hi, this is Jordan Henderson, and you're watching Team Kop-ish.
Being free back again, ripping LFC till the end, so go on tell a friend. If they rockin' red, they're a 10 champions, we the best, we come again. Kop-ish clean up in every region, elevation in every season. Catch up in all the fast match up in real rap and drift they go and tell them this is that, this is that. This is Kopish, this is Kopish. Reppin' Liverpool till the end, champions, we the best, come again. This is that, this is Kopish, this is Kopish. The main free back up in your screen, real ones know this the place to be. This is Kopish.
Yes, people, welcome back to Team Kopish. You know what time it is. It is your favorite show on a Thursday. It is the LFC Focus Show. And obviously, I wasn't going to be by myself. I've got a madman with me, man like Jamie. Big up yourself, Jamie, each and every time. People, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe, Jamie, and the rest of the guys that are normally on the panel. Their channels will be in the description of this video. But before we get into anything, chat, here's a little word from Cal regarding our sponsor.
This video is sponsored by OK Jersey, rated an impressive 4.5 on Trustpilot, people. And with the World Cup coming up, you are going to want to make sure you grab one of these jerseys. £15 is all you have to spend for these impressive jerseys, and you can rep your country and your flag properly. Make sure you hit the promo code Kopish, Kopish, for a further 8% off. Visit okjersey.com now. Go and grab yourself a shirt.
Big up Cal and big up OK Jersey for sponsoring this video. Right, so big up yourself, Jay. First of all, Jay, before we get into any football talk, how are you today, my bro? How you feeling, man?
Yeah, I'm all right. I hate the lot. Look, I can't wait till my kids are 18 because I hate school runs.
Same, it's mad, isn't it?
I just hate them, man.
Yeah.
You know, if I had to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning and not do anything, I'm perfectly happy.
Yeah.
But nah, it's the worst.
People don't understand, innit? Until because there's one thing is getting up early and getting yourself ready. Like, you've seen people go to work in the morning. You're just getting yourself ready.
That's fine. Yeah.
It's fine, innit? Like, bro,
get a 6-year-old ready.
I've done night shifts. I've done 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, like starts. I've done everything, Jay. When you're getting yourself ready, it's calm. But you see, when you got to get the kids ready.
Yeah, 6 and a 5-year-old, it's a nightmare.
Bro, it's madness, absolute madness. But listen, big up all the parents in the chat. You get me? You know how it is, man. It's madness. But Jay, listen. Today I thought was just gonna be like a normal day, go through some transfer rumors and speak a bit of rubbish about Liverpool. I'll go on Twitter this morning must have been around like just after 8 o'clock here, and I'm seeing someone say something like, he's gone. I was like, no, he's not gone. He hasn't gone anywhere. But then I started looking at some other stuff, Jay, and then apparently, I don't know who this guy is. One brother named Chris Royce might have just changed everything, because he's tweeted just before 8 this morning, exclusive, the Liverpool board have decided not to continue with Arne Slot as the manager for the 26-27 season, having previously opted to give Slot more time to turn things around. The decision to sack Slot was made over the weekend following conversations with senior players. Slot is set to take charge of Liverpool's final game of the season on Sunday. The Liverpool board are looking to replace Slot with a head coach rather than a manager, hence the lack of interest in Xabi Alonso. No decision on Slot's replacement has been made yet. First of all, Jay, before we even, who's Chris Royce? Have you heard of him? Like, I just thought I'd chat. Have you not heard of Chris Royce?
He's got. Well, let me have a look at his page a minute. So he's got 20,000 followers, and he hardly follows anyone. So
sports journalist.
He's a real guy.
Freelance writer for all the. Okay, now maybe.
Do you know what? I do like? Sometimes when you see someone who's been followed by 20,000 people, but he's only following 600 people, means he's a real person.
I get what you mean. Yeah.
look, I'm looking at his other things that he's got right about his act not in training, and yeah, there's some things he's put out on Twitter before which looks like he got right. I don't know. You know what? Sometimes it's a random person on Twitter you never heard of and gets the first thing.
That's true. Remember, I tell you, do you know who was the first person to do that for Liverpool fan base? Do you remember Bayern Space?
Yeah. No one ever
So
heard of him.
imagine now, Liverpool fans, we didn't know who Bayern Space was. Out of nowhere, this man just crops up saying he knows everything about Bayern and he tells us exactly what's about to happen. Everyone's like, who's this guy just trying to get followers? Lo and behold, I promise you, I've been saying it for time. You see Bayern Space, yeah? With that type of info that he had, he was blatantly related to someone in that Bayern Munich umbrella. 100%. There's no way you're going to know all this information. Am I lying, Jay? You have had to.
Yeah, it happens. Someone sort of gets hold of information and, puts it out to the world before anyone else gets it. And this, look, do you know how desperate it is that people want Slot gone? This has got 1.6 million views already.
Bro, this is mental.
That's how crazy everyone wants Arne Slot gone. 1.6 million views at 7:59 a.m. You know, mad.
That's mad, you know.
He's got to have. I don't know.
Ornstein changing his take is the biggest change. So what's Ornstein? What has Ornstein said something? Like I'm guessing because Ornstein's been his message has always been, Jay, he's definitely staying. He's definitely staying. Liverpool have decided to back Arne Slot, whereas Fabrizio has got a different take. Fabrizio's doing there's going to be a review and nothing's been set in stone. So what? I
think with Fabrizio, he talks to the agents more, don't
he?
With David Ornstein, he probably gets word from mouth, actually from the people.
Yeah.
And they're not going to tell him, Slot's going. So he's only going to relay what he's been told, ain't he? So, and he brings it out. I think Fabrizio talks to a lot of agents, don't he? So, especially if you need Italian transfers, Fabrizio's your guy, for that sort of thing.
Oh, so Ornstein said, we'll see what happens. That's kind of a change, Jay, from what he's been saying previously.
Yeah. You know what, Matt? I actually think it was that Villa game which might have changed everyone's mind.
Do you know what? I think you could be onto something, Jay. Because go on. Say what you're gonna say. Actually, go on.
Because that Villa game, the atmosphere in that match, the way that game happened, the away fans leaving early, the performance that Liverpool put in, and the way Slot spoke after. If I am legitimately an owner of that, after watching that and hearing everything, I'd be like, I don't know if I can continue with that person. Yeah. And I after that game is when most of the fan base is most of this fan base has been crashing out most of the season, but I've seen ultimate crash out since that Villa game, and our performance and the way we played. We lost 7-2 to Villa under Klopp, right in COVID times. I think we performed better in that 7-2 than we did for that 4-2 loss the other night.
Yeah, because we were just on, and that sounds crazy. I know we got absolutely battered in that 7-2, but
those created a lot of opportunities in that 7-2 game.
Remember, those goals in the 7-2 were like deflections and just bare foolishness. Like,
and we had Adrian in goal.
Yeah, like, bro, I'll be honest, that Villa game was. It's like anyone who thought was going to win that game, they was doing the hoping thing. I think most Liverpool fans went into that game thinking we were going to lose, but we didn't think we was going to get battered like that. Like, I know 4-2 is only a 2-goal deficit, but it felt like an absolute battering. Like, and when I'm looking at Arne Slot on the touchline, and he just always looks like he doesn't know what he needs to do. You always see him speaking to his coaches, looking for solutions when it's like, broski, you've been given enough time to find solutions, but yet the same problems still arise and you haven't dealt with them. And I reckon Liverpool looked at that and thought, here's another thing as well. All the attention was on us, Jay, because we're the only Friday game. So, sometimes there can be distractions with other teams, X, Y, and Z, but we're the team that's on TV. We're going up against a team that had a final that they won yesterday. They still managed to put out a strong team and beat us. So the hierarchy must be thinking, listen, I know we just said we was going to maybe continue with this guy, but now this just changed everything. Like, so yeah, I'm in agreement, Jay. Maybe the Villa game was the turning point, and maybe it was the straw that broke the camel's back. But my word, I know. I mean, obviously, we just want to get him out of here, Jay. But my worry is, yeah, with that last bit, what Chris said, yeah, are you worried now that, let's say that we are getting rid of him, the ideology now is to get a coach again and not a manager? Are you cool with that, Jay, or you don't mind? Like, what's your premise on that?
It seems like, so Chelsea for the first time under Blue Co have gave Alonso the manager role instead of head coach, don't they?
Yeah.
But they seem to get more heavily involved in stuff than we do, the way we do it. It does seem like Slot still has say on stuff. Slot still said it in a press conference last week that when it comes to transfers this summer, he's heavily involved.
Yeah.
So I think we do it maybe a little bit differently, but I don't know, man. I think if you're going to go and get a Sebastian Hoeneß in or something like that, you need to let them mould the team how they see fit. I really do. I thought I was going to be pretty cool with this coach and sporting director stuff and just let the coach concentrate on the coaching and stuff like that. But I honestly don't know if it actually works. I think you need a manager to go in there and mould the team how he wants to mould it and let him do that and pay him the money to do that. And I just don't see the point of getting a Sebastian Hoeneß in, a Nagelsmann in or something like that and just go, right, you're going to be the head coach and we still got a lot of say how this club is run. I just don't know if it's going to work.
I think here's the thing now, Jay. It does make me wonder whether football is changing a little. Well, it's not even a little bit. It has changed, like, to where obviously it always used to be manager. But then as years gone by, some teams do the head coach because they feel like they just want their coach just the coach. Because managing means you're managing the football club, not just coaching. You're managing transfers, you're managing contracts, you're managing every member of staff that is affiliated kind of like with Liverpool. Like, you're doing a lot in it. Now, I think that can work if you've got the right people in place. But my worry is now as well, Jay, is that, again, we don't know what's going on with Richard Hughes. Like, I'm seeing reports today as well, like, and it's kind of maybe coincides with what Chris is saying. I'm seeing Liverpool linked to Iriola, and the reason why is because Liverpool again wanted a head coach, and maybe Alonso wanted to be the manager and wanted a bit more control. Whereas with Iriola, he just doesn't mind just coaching, so just give him players and he will coach. What would you prefer, Jay? An Iriola type coach, or would you prefer, say, I don't want to go too far the other way and say Enrique because you're going to pick Enrique, but like, all right, let's say Nagelsmann then.
Do you know what? With Nagelsmann, you know the weird thing about Nagelsmann,
Yeah.
At Germany, he's a head coach, really, ain't he?
Yeah.
So maybe that would be a perfect one to come in. Maybe that's why they are looking at Nagelsmann.
I'm trying to think of a manager. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
If you look at Pep and Klopp, they were managers. No one's telling them what to do, right? They're managers.
Yeah.
Xabi Alonso apparently is going to be a manager. You know, you saw the problem with Xabi Alonso at Real Madrid. They got too involved. He couldn't do the team how he wanted it. We saw the reports coming out from there how unhappy it is. And when you actually look back on it now, Alonso actually did a decent job at Real Madrid.
But he done a very good job. Yeah.
If he was allowed to carry on, do what he wanted and get players out he didn't want at the club and mould that how he wanted, he'd probably get Real Madrid back up firing again.
Yeah.
So that tells me that if you're a head coach, there's always going to be a little bit there where you might not be able to take something or sell someone or buy someone or mould a team how you want. You know, there might just be a little bit stopping that, and that can cause unhappiness. But I don't know. It can be done properly, of course, if you get the right guy in. Maybe it looks shit this year, Matt, because Slot shit. You know, it could be that simple.
Yeah.
You could get another guy in and he works brilliantly as a head coach. The relationship's good between him and sporting director and everything looks happy. We ain't moaning. We're moaning at the moment, maybe just because Slot shit at his job.
No, do you know what's so mad, yeah? Like, I was thinking about it earlier on today, and I was like, you see, like Irioli, yeah, he was never really high on my list of coaches. Like, early on in the season, it was always like an Enrique and a Nagelsmann and Alonso.
top.
Like, top like managers. But you see, the more I saw of Bournemouth this season, I said, nah, do you know what? He might not have like the experience maybe of winning like the others. But my word, we're talking about a Bournemouth team that can literally still par with us this season. Now, I know we've fallen off, but Bournemouth have had they've had their whole back line taken from them. And look how they play football.
Best player all taken in January.
Because you know what it is? I saw one of my friends, he's an Arsenal fan. He's in another one of group. I mean, how many group chats with Arsenal fans? Oh my god! But anyways, he's an Arsenal fan. Big him up. He put a video in there, and it was Neda Manua talking basically about like the way how football is, and kind of like what Arsenal did. And this is where I think football is going, and this is where I definitely agree. You want to get players in place to a point where, say, for example, you took out. Let's say our right winger is Diamande for the start of the season, yeah? You want your replacement to be somewhere near as close to Diamande, but you can still play exactly the same way. So basically what I'm trying to say is the quality drop-off isn't really too much, not really too crazy, but it's more about you can still play the exact same way. You don't want to bring in a player that makes you have to change completely different. So your number two, for whatever position it is, you want it to be stylistically the same. And I kind of agree with that. And that's how, in my opinion, how you keep the standards so high.
Yeah.
So like, again,
everyone has to be invested. Everyone.
Yeah, like, because you can't go from, I'll give an example. You can't go from a prime Salah to even a prime Elliot. Like, they're completely different players. You need to have someone who's similar to Salah so you can play the same way. Do you agree with that?
You need players because like in your first team, you always go with the elite players in your positions that you want. Yeah. And then you're not really going to have elite players on the bench because that's not how it sort of works, is it?
Yeah.
So you always go with the players on the bench, always going to be a little bit, going to be, a step down to what's actually on the pitch at times. But if you can get them players believing in your philosophy and they play in the way that you want to play, you can make them players look fantastic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that simple at times, like you can have a Harvey Elliott come on. Like Harvey Elliott under Klopp looked fantastic when he came off the bench all the time.
Yeah, he did.
And, he wasn't as good as a Mo Salah, obviously, but because he played in a way that Klopp wanted him to play, it didn't affect the team.
Agreed.
It didn't affect the team, and that's what you need to do, and that's what I believe Slot, since he's been at Liverpool, he won the league last year, but you look at the players he came in with, then this year, there's not that, you go from Salah, and Salah's substitute is Frimpong, right? And
that drop-off is so dramatic. Like
the drop-off is massive, obviously it's absolutely huge, but he doesn't look like he gives belief to Frimpong that, you're not Mo Salah, but go out there and, play in the same way and use your skill set and we get the best out of you and you look great on the pitch. And, we're not missing Mo today because Frimpong's had an excellent game, although we know Salah's better when he comes back in. That doesn't happen because it's like Slot doesn't give Frimpong any belief he can be a destroyer at right wing for 2 games while Mo's out. So the drop-off looks even worse. So, physically and technically, your first-team players should be better than your squad players because they're your first team. They're the ones you trust.
Yeah.
But a great coach gets people believing in everything.
Jay, a great coach also should recognize profiles. What really, really concerns me is how can Liverpool look at Arne Slot and think he still knows what he's doing? Because you can't deny he didn't know what he was doing in the first season. But how can he sit there and go, how can the hierarchy go, he's right to make a decision with Frimpong? Broski, Frimpong is like such a different profile to Salah, and you're playing him right wing. So hear me out, Jay. You've got a right wing back / right back who's now playing right wing. But you know the profile of the player. He doesn't have like technical footwork. He's very much a vertical player that kind of goes up and down the flank.
Kick and rush.
Rush. Yeah. So that means now you have to play completely different. Why would you not have put, say, for example, a Chiesa there who's done that? But no, you thought Chiesa was better used serving food and drink. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it makes no. And then on top of that, you've got a centre mid who is a ball playing midfielder. And I know people are going to curse me for this, but he's in the kind of like, I know people just hear me out before. I know I'm going to get cooked for the name, but he's a Vitinha style of midfielder, Curtis Jones. A Pedri, those profiling for like to keep the ball. He's a dictator, orchestrator, whatever you want to call them, right? You've got him now at right back. Then you've got a box crashing midfielder in a DM spot. So that's like putting Jude Bellingham as a DM. If you get what I'm saying, bro,
he's profiling the
just
team.
A mess.
Yeah, he's profiling the team.
But do you not get what I'm saying in the chat? Do you get like the profiling is an absolute mess. You've got Florian Wirtz again, like he's a number 10, but it's like you want him to now be the number 8 and go and collect the ball. Like, bro, it's madness.
Yeah, I said it when we bought. I said it in the summer when we bought Wirtz. Wirtz will do what Szoboszlai did like last season.
Yeah,
and that's basically what he's doing.
Yeah.
Szoboszlai, I said it last season. Szoboszlai didn't really play that 10 role as people think he did last season.
I agreed. He was more of a box crashing 8, bro.
Yeah, he was the more advanced midfielder out of him and Gravenberch and McAllister. But because he was the legs and the presser.
Yeah.
When you look at Wirtz now, Wirtz is doing a similar role. He don't really play the 10 role.
No, he doesn't, bro. How many times do you want to see Wirtz high up the pitch, but he's having to go and collect the ball or help build up play? Because again, we have problems with our midfielders for different reasons. Gravenberch, when it comes to intricate passing, is not his strong suit. McAllister, again, like he is more of a box crasher, goal scorer midfielder. Good passer, but not exquisite passer. So we at times struggle to break teams down if we're just relying on those two specific midfielders. And then, Jay, you look at the front three and you go, well, Cody Gakpo, he just looks to shoot. Salah can create. He's the only real, true creator there, but still a goal scorer. Then you've got Isak, who just wants to score goals. So, like, we are missing creators, but you put one of the creators back at right back because you struggle to get out of the first phase, which is build up from the back. Like, it's all a mess, Jay.
This is what's annoyed me all season. Yeah. The squad might not be what Slot wants to play his football. Yeah. So you adapt to what you have. You have to adapt. You have to. The players are not happy playing this way. We're almost at the end of May, and there's one game left of the season. These players are still not happy how we play, technically, from a set-up point, from a formation point, from a system point. Change it up. We don't have to have all the possession. Matt, we must be one of the worst teams to have possession. We have possession for no reason.
Yeah, I think we're the highest with 60. I think we might be the highest this season.
And what do we do with it?
Nothing.
We can't win second balls back, so we just give it away so we keep it safe.
We're not aggressive because we don't press. We do a mid-block and think that's okay. We don't.
Attacking, sit back deep, soak it up, play the counter-attack, have less possession.
This is why Salah was right, Jay. Like, one thing I'm going to say, yeah. Big up Ends, big up Jerry, big up Carl Savage. They was doing a show yesterday, and I caught a little bit of it. And they was talking about, big up Jerry. He's speaking about like the mentality of certain players that we brought in, and he was kind of spot on. Like the mentality of the players, maybe they're not as hungry as the players maybe we previously had before. Because those type of players, like they would just cut different, whether it was Nunes, Diaz, whatever, right? But one thing I slightly disagreed on with Dre, even though I agreed with him, was why is it Liverpool can only have these type of players that can help you win a league? Because I don't see that at other clubs where like they have to be from the favelas or they have to have gone through hardship so that makes them want to be who they like. I feel like that can definitely help, but why has it got to be just us that has to have those type of players? Because I look at Man City and maybe it's due to the factor that they had a Pep Guardiola, so he was the equalizer. Maybe he was the guy that was like, I don't care where you came from or whatever, but when you're here, you have to just make sure that you're on your P's and Q's all the time. I don't know.
Yeah, it does seem weird. Like Liverpool have to have these players that came from like poor backgrounds and knew what it's like to struggle, and you know, and we're the only team who can't play without a right back that can pass apparently. And
it's like we can't function if we don't have a Trent.
Yeah, why do we need another Trent? Why can't we just have a like Arsenal just have like, Timber's a defender. I wouldn't say Timber's great at going forward or you know, but he can move the ball. But
he's a defender first and attacker second, and that's what we need.
Have a right back defensively, and
yeah,
but like I think it's always too. I don't know what it is sometimes. You know, when we had Klopp's midfield and everyone called it the Brexit midfield because it was so vanilla, weren't it? It was just like just did one job, yeah. And everyone was crashing out for more creativity in midfield. Then we go and get it, and everyone's like, "Oh, can we have the Brexit back now?" So not everyone knows what. Like you got players like Szoboszlai, you know, Gravenberch's or this one McAllister's. On paper, they should be better at a Jordan Henderson and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? But they're not. They don't work the same.
But you need to mix and blend. This is why I think Klopp got it spot on. When Klopp had Fabinho, Henderson, and Gini and Milner, we were crying out for creativity. So then we added Naby Keita and Thiago, and they both had injury problems. But whenever they did play, you never really saw Naby and Thiago together, other than that time when it's NFT midfield. But my whole point was that Klopp still knew that he needed to have those soldiers in there. So it was cool with getting Thiago and Naby, but it was never just going to be, for example, a pivot of Naby and Thiago. You would never see that.
He'd never do that.
Understood what was needed. You needed Fabinho and Henderson.
You needed a Fabinho and a Hendo in that midfield.
Then you play one of them, and that's what you need, This manager's gone so far the other way. Bro, I think Dominic Szoboszlai is having a really good season. But there's this misconception that he's like this dogged midfielder. Don't get me wrong. He's not sprint the yards. But if you go and look at
he's an
what
athlete.
it is there in metrics, he does pressure. So he's quick to pop, cover passing lanes and stuff. But when you're actually talking about getting stuck in, he's not really that guy, you know.
None of them are.
You know what I'm saying?
But does Slot want that guy? And it's what I've always said, when Slot first came to Liverpool, what's the one midfielder he wanted?
Yeah, he wanted Zubimendi, innit?
He wants a deep line pass maker. He wants someone who can sit back the deepest and dictate play, right?
Yeah.
So he tried to do that. If you remember last season, Trent never got forward that much. And remember we used to speak about it. Trent stayed a lot deeper last season, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he used to dictate the play and go into that midfield. That's why Ryan Gravenberch, I think, looked really good last season because Gravenberch weren't isolated because Trent would tuck in next to him, which helped Gravenberch out. Yeah. Now we're like, oh, Grav, you're just completely isolated now. And you go forward at the same time Szoboszlai goes forward. McAllister goes forward at the same time Gravenberch goes forward. And it's so easy to play against because that's how he's letting them. He wants technical footballers in that midfield. But here's the thing: watch PSG. They got 3 ballers in midfield. Do you see how hard they work? Do you see what Luis Enrique has them 3 doing?
That's what I'm saying.
They're like pit bulls, Matt, went after that ball. But they're also technical ballers because it's the coaching. Enrique's like, you're all technical ballers, yeah. You're probably the 3 best midfielders in the world, probably. But you can't just. You need to be bulldogs on the pitch. You need to be pit bulls. You need to go after that ball. You need to get stuck in. Enrique isn't having Vitinha just stand around and looking pretty. He wants him to be a pit bull on the pitch. It's about coaching, Matt. I've always said this. You can have all these great players, but if the coaching is poor, the players will look poor.
Yeah, facts. And this is why it makes me wonder whether Liverpool are looking at here's an example. We get Areola in. He is a coach's coach. He will coach he will coach them players, bro. No matter what players is given to him, he'll coach. And then they're probably thinking, because here's the thing. I find it hard to believe that even if Liverpool keep Arne Slot, yeah, they're looking to give him another like 300 mil. I just feel like that's too much of an outlay for them to kind of think we're going to trust him with that amount of money again. So it makes me wonder whether they're thinking, can we bring in a coach like an Areola, and he just evolves it by making like 3 to 4 signings, a couple of tweaks. Because I'm gonna be honest, if we have this squad, Jay, and we have to do a revolution, that's gonna set us back, even further. Because we need to know. This is the thing. Liverpool need to get the identity straight. Are we trying to win the Premier League next season, or are we trying to win the Premier League in the next couple of seasons?
Well, Slot's only got 1 year left and he still don't go with a new one. So they're going to be looking to win it again next season.
So if they're going to
have you seen the shit we've been linked with?
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying.
Because apparently Slot... So since Slot came out and said he's the one heavily involved in transfers this summer, we have been linked to nothing but trash.
Facts.
We got Dumfries at right back who's got 1 lung, right? Man's got 1 lung, yeah, and that's half inflated, right? You're not going to get anything from Dumfries at right back, yeah? Then you got Kutruda, I wouldn't mind as a squad player. If we sold Joe Gomez, I wouldn't mind Kutruda as a squad player. Not as a number one choice, but as a squad player, he's all right. Then we're rated with this Toure kid from Hoffenheim that no one's watched play, right?
I've never watched him play, bro.
Right?
Well, I know
where did that come from? Who are we scouting? Like, who's going to Germany going, I'm going to watch like this Toure kid at Hoffenheim?
Yeah.
What about this Alakush kid at Monaco, or Diamonde kid at Leipzig, or what about the people everyone knows about? Like, why are we always after these hidden gems that no one's ever heard of that we're going to make world class? Can't we just go back to what we did last season and buy ready-made players but get a better coach?
I hear that, yeah. Here's the problem, Jay. There's 2 ways, like you said, there's 2 ways of looking at it. Liverpool either going back to buying established players and just hope that the coaching is better, or you go back to the formula that worked before, where, like you said, you go and get the hidden gems, so to speak. But here's the thing, though. If you do get hidden gems, I don't think you'll need loads of them, because the nucleus of the squad is kind of already good. Like, we don't need a striker. We don't need a centre-back. We probably would need, though, a centre-mid and a winger, like, in terms of for the spine.
Look, everyone knows I crash out in Bucanati a lot, yeah, right? But I don't... Look, he's not my favourite centre-back. I've always made that apparent. He's just not what my cup of tea is, a centre-back. But I do think Slot's made him worse this year.
Yeah,
it
doesn't. Yeah, but that's like a lot of players.
I do think he's made. Look, McAllister's not my favourite midfielder. I don't really want McAllister at the club anymore. But I do think Slot's still not purposely, but I do think he's made McAllister worse this year. Like I always say, do you think McAllister really wants to play this slowly? Because I don't. Do you reckon Szoboszlai really wants to play this slowly? Because I don't. Szoboszlai does everything 100 miles an hour. I don't think he wants to play this slow. You know that time when he went slow it down when he was on a counter-attack? And then Slot went like that on the touchline. It's what he wants.
Yeah,
he doesn't want this. He doesn't.
I remember
Slot
that
doesn't
game.
want us to counter-attack teams when we're leading in a game because it leaves us too open at the back. He wants us to sit back and control games with possession at 2-0. But what he's not learned all season is that in the Premier League, you can't do that. You just can't, unless you've got the most exceptional squad in the world. Like, if you got, I don't know, Busquets, Xavi and Iniesta in your midfield, you can do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for real.
But you can't do that, man, in the Premier League right now because everyone's too physical and high tempo, and every Premier League team wants to try and score goals. No one really sits back anymore and gets hammered that much, apart from like maybe a promotion side.
Yeah, so we need more aggression in the time.
It's a lack of aggression and physicality and pace and know-how in our club right now, and the philosophy doesn't match Liverpool, and that's the problem. And that's what a lot of Liverpool fans are annoyed with. That's what the Anfield going fans are annoyed with. They go to the games and they're not seeing that. They're not seeing the football they believe they should see at Liverpool Football Club. You know, Slot. Yeah, I know we had it like Gerard Houllier and that played different, like more defensive-minded football, but it was still entertaining at times. Yeah,
Yeah.
like Houllier and Benitez they weren't just low block merchants. They were defensive-minded first, but they did perform well up front. We had players like Gerard and Torres doing ridiculous, magical things, and
Yeah.
even Houlier's side. Yeah, Marco and Emueski linking up, and Litmanen in the 10, and Danny Murphy doing mad things in midfield, and Stevie and all that. They were still entertaining games, it was still entertaining. And then Klopp came along and changed the philosophy of everything. And that should be what carried on. The philosophy of Klopp should have carried on. Do you remember when they said, the reason they got Arne Slot is most like Jurgen?
Yeah, they did say when they compared the metrics. Jay, do you know hear a joke here? So when we was under Benitez, we was more pragmatic, because Benitez understood like we're not gonna get a budget. Like, remember, Benitez, for all of the criticism that he does get, and obviously he's
never
like
got a transfer budget.
Yeah, the brother wanted David Villa and David Silva. They are like two of the most offensive players that you can get. If
he
you
wanted Silva before anyone knew about David Silva.
Before anyone knew about them. If you would have got them two, Liverpool, I'm not saying we just like go crazy, but we definitely let off the handbrake a bit more, right? Then you go to Brendan Rodgers, free-flowing football, but obviously defensively, like we're just looking suspect. But attacking-wise, like we're trying to get from A to... Remember, Brendan Rodgers was possession style as well, Remember, his MO was death by possession or something like that. So
but he wanted goals.
He wanted goal. This is what I'm saying. So he understood what it meant to be Liverpool manager and to also entertain the fans. The problem is he just couldn't work out how to stop the defense. Yeah. Then you got Jurgen Klopp. He comes in and just goes, right, we need to get from A to B as fast as we can. I don't really care what's going on. Midfielders, all you got to do is give the ball to our attackers, and we're going to swarm the crap out of every opponent that we will ever face. He even said, I don't care if we're the best team. He goes, we're going to be the hardest team to beat. And when he meant that, he didn't mean sit back and be defensive. He meant we're going to attack so much that our attack is our defense.
Yeah, defending from the front.
Man's a legend. We now get to this idiot. This idiot's gone, he lied to us. He goes, I'm going to do exactly what Klopp did. Make a couple of tweaks, and everyone's like, all right, cool. We ain't got a problem with that. Wins us the league, and we're like, all right, we're on to something. This guy, he gets it. Next season. Sorry, halfway through the season. Starts speaking about PSG. Starts getting all nervous. Starts talking about his idol. Oh, yeah, do you know what? They're like the greatest team. I just want to play football like that. From when he started idolizing PSG, that was his downfall. Because everything changed. He went from being... He was like a Swiss Army knife. He had a bit of everything. Then it just turned into, I'm obsessed with PSG, how they play football, and we're going to play exactly like that. And then it just all went downhill.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just...
So I went off on a little bit of a rant, but yeah.
That's the way Slot wanted to play attacking football with, his attackers had to press and suffocate the opposition. And that's why he went in the market and got Salah and Mane. He already had Bobby when he got here. Brendan didn't know what to do with Bobby. He was playing right wing back. And
I remember that. I feel it was like the Arsenal game where Firmino's playing, wing back.
Yeah, Brendan didn't want him. It was the transfer
Brendan
committee
didn't know how to utilize it. Remember?
It was the transfer committee that bought Bobby.
Yeah.
And he didn't know what to do with him. And
Ian Air, remember Ian Air?
Yeah, he went. That was a great signing at the end of the day.
That was an amazing. Big up Ian Air because he got a lot of smoke, but yeah, big up Ian Air for that.
It was just a wrong manager for the player at the time. But then Jurgen came along, played him centre forward, knew what you could do. I mean, Bobby's pressing was elite. Do you know what I mean?
He's one of the best. I know it's going to sound stupid because there's no medal for this, but he's one of the best pressers in Premier League history. And I know it's kind of there's no metric, but his intelligence and IQ was off the charts, bro.
Yeah, I've
always said that his IQ was off the charts.
I don't think, apart from Leo Messi, I don't think anyone in Europe played in world football played the false nine better than Bobby.
There's only
maybe him and Thomas Muller, and that's it.
No, so Messi, Muller, Suarez, Firmino, and Benzema are probably the top 5 best false nines. And I shouldn't even include Messi because Messi's fake. Messi could
Yeah.
do false 9, number 9, right wing. But yeah, he's definitely
He was high.
Yeah.
But Klopp needed them players to play that football. He already had Henderson in the club and things like that. Went and got Fabinho, and then obviously Virgil and Alisson were the missing pieces, and then we could do what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know, this manager, he walked into a Liverpool team at the end of the day that had prime Salah doing what he was doing, prime Virgil, prime Alisson. You know, he had a lot of. He didn't really need that much of a transfer window. Just a few players in. In the end, we didn't really spend anything. And look, all the slottiners who go mad at you about, oh, he won the league last year. Slot himself said it would be ridiculous for me to change anything.
Facts.
And all he did was put Gravenberch in the 6 and let Mo do what he wanted to do. Right? That's really what he did. You know, because the rest of the 11 was pretty much the same way they played the previous year under Jurgen. And we kept our consistency, because if you look at the previous year under Jurgen, we finished on 82 points, scored like 86 and conceded 40 or something. When we won the league, I think everything was exactly the same, but we had 2 points more.
Yeah.
So they kept their consistency. Then this season, he's like, this is my team now, got to play my way. And he actually started to do that towards the end of last season. That's why we got a little bit, why he changed it a bit. And now he's completely changed it. And now it's all about control. That's what it's about. It's about control. But we can't control games. And he does, you know, it's not how Liverpool have been built for the last 10 years. You're going from that for 10 years, him keeping it the same in his first year, because it was the sensible thing to do in his point of view. Then in his second year, he's wiped all that away and going, we want control now.
Jay, how
total control. It don't work.
If you look at, all right, so let me make one thing very clear. You can definitely win the league with control in terms of possession style. Man City are the masters, but look at the manager that they had and look at the profiles of players that they had.
But he's moved away from that now.
Yeah, you would never see a Man City team under Pep Guardiola years gone by play like a young Klopp team, because they couldn't do that. They weren't them players. So like you play, like if you've got a way of playing in your mind, you then have to make sure you buy the right profiles. This manager, wants to kind of go full on possession, but I'd argue as technically gifted as some of these players are, they're not as technical as maybe what he thinks they are. Do you get what I mean? Like, bro, in our midfield, we don't have, like, I hate to say his name, but we don't have like a Bernardo Silva. We don't have a Rodri. We don't have players like that. Do you get what I'm saying, bro? Even, I hate to even say it, even Arteta is obsessed with like controlling games, but he's brought it, like Odegaard is kind of like a controlling type of player. So is Eze. Like, they're technical players, yeah? You got Declan Rice, who's like, and obviously he's with many. You got Declan Rice, who's more of the technical and athleticism is a bit above. But Arsenal, the way our Arsenal team are, even a Trossard's not like an explosive winger who's just going to take on players like with his pace. Trossard is technical. If you're going to play a certain way, you have to get the profiles right. We haven't got it right. And this manager just wants to keep ignoring it, Jay.
Yeah, that's the issue. And
I'm just going off on tangents left, right,
but
center.
Matt, here's the thing: if you want to play controlled in the midfield, why isn't Curtis Jones playing every single game this season?
Bro, this is
because he's your look. People might not like Curtis. I get Curtis is a bit of a Marmite player for people, yeah. But if you're playing in this style, Curtis is the best midfielder in our club for this style.
Yes,
that's what he does.
Whether you think
I think the best we've looked this season, Matt, from a midfield point of view, is when Curtis plays in midfield. The best Wirtz has looked this season is when Curtis plays in midfield.
Because they're connecting type play. So he wants to play possession style based, Jay. Curtis Jones is a possession style like player. He's that guy. So is Wirtz. They want the ball into feet, but the IQ, they've got the IQ. Yes, we know Jones can hold on to the ball. But do you want to know something? I do genuinely feel like, I'm not defending Jones, by the way, but there are definitely times when he holds on to the ball because he's thinking, you guys aren't even in the right space where you need to be, so I'm going to have to hold on to the ball. I'm going to have to.
But then he keeps it moving, though, at the same time.
Yeah, like, bro, it's
that's
so
what annoyed us about Curtis under Klopp, because Klopp wanted the ball moved quickly to the forward line. To the midfielders, they were pit bulls. They won the ball back. You couldn't go against them. They'd win the ball back. They'd be so aggressive, press high, but then bang, they give it a Mane, give it a Salah, give it a Bobby, start to go. Curtis used to annoy us under the Klopp days because he wouldn't do that. He'd hold it. But now when you're got a coach who wants to play controlled football and slow down the tempo and stuff like that, Curtis is your guy for midfield.
Yeah, you need players like that, Jay. It just
McAllister's not that profile player.
No. McAllister wants to get the ball and fizz the pass and then make the run and then make the next move. He wants to crash the box. That's what he wants because he wants to score goals. Yes, he's technical, but he would rather. You can tell the way how he plays. He wants a higher tempo. So does
gets
Grav.
in the box.
Want to know why? Because it alienates Grav's lack of intricate passing. If he's able to drive the ball and quickly lay it off and go again, he wants to play like that. He doesn't want to get the ball, turn around, look around, because he's not going to break a team like that. That's not his MO. But this manager will continue telling players to do these things, Jay, and it makes no sense, bro.
He's profiled all the players we got incorrectly.
Yeah.
He's profiling them incorrectly. I think he believed McAllister would be the one to unleash Verts this season with his passing. But McAllister's not that player.
He was so
even under Jurgen. Jurgen saw that McAllister wasn't this elite level passer. That's why he played him in the 6 role. McAllister's been profiled wrong. Yeah, and this is I still don't rate McAllister like that in a way. But
I agree with that statement.
I think Genie's more technical than McAllister.
Yeah. Do you know what? All right, so if we're gonna
Matt, I said it at the beginning of the season, and a lot of people came at me for this. I said Szoboszlai is more technical than McAllister. I said it at the beginning of the season, and people came for me because McAllister just came off an end of a good season.
Do you know what?
Like, Jay, what you say, man?
Szoboszlai can definitely talk to McAllister, 100%. But I think with Genie, see when you say there's so many aspects. So
Genie
many.
can play right mid, attacking mid, and he can play the 6, and he technically can play all 3 positions to a high standard.
If we're talking shooting, I'll give it to McAllister. I think he's more consistent with his shooting. If you're talking passing, who was a better passer, I might even say McAllister again, potentially.
Genie.
But then I'd say if you're talking ball retention, I'm going Genie. If we're talking dribbling, I'm going Genie. If we're talking defensive nous, I'm going Genie. If I'm talking ambidexterity, I'll probably go Maka. If I'm talking it's actually kind of like
Genie was on Genie. Do you know what
Genie technically was cold. Like he was up there. It's when you're trying to decipher the
There's a reason Barcelona wanted him in midfield, by the way.
Yeah, I think Genie's defensive.
Technically a high footballer.
I think basically what I'm trying to say, Genie was better than McAllister, but I don't want to just shit on McAllister because he's having a bad season. McAllister's a very good player, but I just think there's aspects of Genie's game that McAllister just doesn't have. Whereas with Genie, he has some of McAllister's traits. Might not be as good, but for example, Maka just can't cover ground. Like Genie can do that in his sleep.
Yeah, Maka's mobility has disappeared.
And you see how people have this ideology that Maka is press resistant. He really isn't.
Nah, Maka shits himself.
He's not he's
only got
good,
2 press resistant midfielders.
Level. He's not on a level of Genie or a Curtis Jones or a Grav.
I highly rate Szoboszlai, but I highly rate Szoboszlai more than other people maybe. But Szoboszlai for me is not press resistant either. Our 2 most press resistant are Gravenberch and Curtis Jones, and that's
I agree with you. Yeah, Szoboszlai gets a nosebleed at times. You see it when someone runs towards him. He literally he startles and he stops.
And I rate Szoboszlai highly. That's just not a strong part.
Szoboszlai is a good box-to-box midfielder, but it's okay to say there are aspects of his game that either need work on or has deficiencies. That's fine. Yeah. No player is perfect. You're spot on with that.
But Gravenberch, but when you think about it, if you want to play a controlling part of a game, and you don't want to be over attacking and leaving space in behind, then why isn't the midfield pairing being Curtis Jones and Gravenberch all season?
Yeah. Do you know what? I've got a bigger take.
They're both press resistant, yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to play this controlling, slower tempo, and then Vert, Salah, Gakpo, Isaac, Ekatike, and Rio are meant to be the attack-minded players that you get the ball to them, they do all their stuff, and the midfield stays nice and strong, and they control everything.
Yeah.
Really, shouldn't Bradman, Birch, and Curtis been the double pivot then?
Let me ask you a bigger question.
That makes sense, doesn't it?
No,
It's
I
all
know.
so misprofiled. It's crazy.
Well, funny. All right, we're going to start a topic of misprofile, Jay, because what I'm going to ask you is this. Do you think Liverpool were wrong to change formation to a 4-2-3-1 and incorporate a 10 when, as years gone by, only really Man City have been able to do that? Was it a wrong move by Liverpool? And by that, I'm not talking about Wirtz's wrong. I'm just saying, should we have stuck with the 3-man midfield that can give you even more control, but also give you more defensive security? Because when you play that 10, there is a gap between the 10 and the 2 midfielders. And if Wirtz is playing in that 10 and he's pressing and he's doing it as intelligent as he can, if that press is wrong, the gap that's been exposed right now is there for everyone to see, Jay. So that's what I'm asking you. Is it a fundamental issue?
To play 4-2-3-1, you've got to have an elite double pivot.
All right, then. This is what I wanted to get at.
We haven't got that. So you have that massive gap in between. Wirtz has to come back defensively because he has to do his defensive job. But that's like the weakest part of his game. It's pointless.
Yeah.
So you've got no defensive structure there. I've been saying this all season. Liverpool work best in a 4-3-3. I keep saying this. I said, if you go to play 4-3-3, you might as well just play Wirtz as an 8 if you go to play Wirtz. And just have him as the most advanced midfielder out of the two, out of all of them. So if you go to play for 3, have Wirtz as the 8, but he's allowed the license to get forward and do what he likes. A bit like how David Silva at Man City sometimes did it when he played the 8. He'd have the license to go forward the most, yeah. But then he had a Fernandinho behind him. Do you know what I mean? We haven't we haven't got that, right? That lets the more technical player have license to get forward. It's a fundamental issue. I do agree. I just don't think we got the right setup about it. Look at Liverpool when they had the Fab Four when Coutinho was still here, yeah. Do you know that 4 together didn't play as much as people think?
Yeah, I know.
Because Klopp didn't want to. He was too worried about, the counter attack from oppositions if his midfield got dragged out a little bit. So if Coutinho was joining the attack and he just left that 2 there, it was concerning for him. So he didn't always play it. He was careful with it. And then sometimes Coutinho would be the left winger and one of them would be dropped out and go left wing. Yeah,
I remember. This is what I was going to say. So this is why I feel like someone like, let's give an example, like Iriola might be able to like fix certain things. Because I know Bournemouth play with 10, which is kind of ironic because Krupi's playing in the 10. But it's about the players you have behind in the system that you also play as well. You got to try and close the space if you play with 10. Like the 10 and the 2 midfielders, they can't be a big gap. But what I was going to say, though, is this. Could it be a world where you're just trying to find that Fabinho replacement and you play him in that 6? Then to one side, you've got Szoboszlai, and to the other side, you've got Wirtz, and they'll be your 2 roaming 8s. Now, I'm not saying Wirtz is an 8, and because he is a 10. But I'm just saying you're trying to get the best out. Yeah. You're just trying to get the best out of what you have. Is there a world where Wirtz is more of a hybrid 8-10 rather than just a pure 10? Or do you just think improve the pivot? And
but if Scraps in the chat here know this as well, because we talk a lot offline about this. I've been saying this all season. When I look at Wirtz, I look at Wirtz as a sort of a hybrid player that can play deeper.
Like a Coutinho, an 8, a 10-8, a 10 that can play the 8, basically.
Like, that David Silva sort of played, that it was cultured. He can play the 10.
David Silva was perfect. He's a perfect example. Like you said, 10-8, yeah.
Because when I look at Shirky, I see Shirky. I've always said this, Shirky reminds me of an Eden Hazard, right? With his low sense of gravity, the way he goes around people, can play off that right
Just
hand
not
side.
as quick though. I get
Yeah,
what you
not as
mean.
quick, but he's got that same sort of
I know what
like
you mean. It can offset someone very
flair
quickly.
to him, you know, the way he plays. Wirtz reminds me of more of a David Silva. That's what he reminds me of. You know, he's and David Silva went under the radar at times. He was a magnificent, beautiful footballer. That's what Wirtz reminds me of. But we're not giving Wirtz that platform at our club right now because we haven't built the team around him. You know, the team is built around Cody Gakpo. I don't care what anyone says. It's true. This team is built around Cody Gakpo because all our play goes to the left-hand side. All our play is for the left-hand side of the pitch. We barely touch right-hand side now.
I know. This is why Salah made the joke about playing right back.
Yeah.
You know, Salah is thinking, last season you designed a team that got the best out of me and I won you a league. And now you've gone and changed it to your PSG ideologies and now we can't do anything. We're just getting cooked by everyone.
Yeah. Again, it's about profiling, Matt. I don't know what Slot has seen in Cody to profile him the way he has this season.
Bro, do you know what he's done? I can attempt to tell you Slot's tactics because again, I don't think he knows. He wants to control games via the central areas, Then he wants to quickly play a ball to the wingers, and then he wants to isolate the wingers 1v1s where they have to cook and create something. That is Slot's tactics. I know, but that's his tactics, Jay. That's what he does.
Don't do it when we haven't got it, though.
This is why Cody Gakpo loves playing for Liverpool. He's probably not seen the ball this amount time in his life, bro.
And look how shit he is. Like, I've said this all season, I love Mo Salah to bits, Mo Salah and Cody Gakpo are not build-up wingers.
No, they're not.
They're not wingers you play in build-up. They're finishers. They're the end of the end of the build-up.
That's why
Cody's at his best. Cody's at his best. Cody's at his best at the end of build-up where he can get a shot off or something like that and get in space. That's Cody at his best. So's Mo. Mo at his best is when he gets the ball in space and he can use his ability to create an assist or score a goal. And he's done that for years now and he's the best at it.
Yeah.
Luis Diaz is a winger you could use in build-up because that's his play. Diaz was a great winger at build-up play, right? That's his
James,
job.
so let's cut you on what used to happen when Diaz was in the false nine. Because he naturally was a left winger, there's times he'll drift out. Yeah, he'll do the build up. Cody goes into the central area.
Yeah, and Cody finished. Yeah. So we know this, But our manager is getting 5 million a year, doesn't know.
But this is what I'm saying.
And you carry on trying to do it time after time, and you're wondering why everyone's crashing out. Like everyone's sick of Cody now. I don't mind Cody, right?
No, but he's having a bad season, Jay, but he's a good squad player.
But look at Cody's numbers in previous years. They're good numbers.
They're good numbers, but again, there's a reason why he's got numbers of a finisher. For example, last year he got 25 goals and assists last year, I believe.
And that's great.
Let me double check.
Yeah, I think he got like 15 goals last season.
Yeah, like Cody Gakpo is a decent footballer, but I would say on his day he can be a good finisher.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to be our first teamer. He's a good squad player. But he's not a build-up winger. Giving him the ball on the left wing and expecting him to build up play
is madness.
It's just not going to happen. That's not his game. So he's misprofiling him. I don't mind Cody in the squad, I've always said I don't mind Cody in the squad, right? If you go use him properly. I think if you've got an elite level left winger, right? That, like, I don't know, like a Barcola or someone like that on the left hand side.
Yeah.
I think Cody is his substitute.
Good feet. He can offset.
I think Cody is his substitute. Is fine. You know what I mean? Cody is his sub. He's absolutely fine, right?
Yeah.
So, but we just need better. We need better on that side of the pitch, especially if you want to build up play from the left, man. Because
look at because again, this is last year. I'm gonna be honest. That's not too shabby, That ain't too shabby.
No,
that's not like 18 goals, and 7 assists. Yeah, so that's 25 GA in 49 appearances. That's That's pretty good, chat. I can't lie to you.
Yeah, and them stats are a person. You know when you see them stats, you can tell he's not a build-up play winger.
That's what I'm saying. But But when you look at the other underlying metrics, he loses the ball a lot. He make the wrong decisions. You just got to understand what player is, and this is why I understand Gakpo's having a crap season. I fully get that. But if you had someone else that was doing build-up instead of him, you'll get a better Gakpo because he's not that player that the manager think he is. Let's have a look.
The same with Mo. He's trying to build up a Mo on the right-hand side, and it's like,
yeah,
it's not going to work. You know,
look at the year before, 16 and 6. This is what I'm saying. Gakpo isn't crap, chat. I know he's having a terrible I don't think he's crap. I just think he's decent, and I think he's a squad player. He's just
he should be our first teamer. But if your second left back can have stats like this, that's a great squad player to have.
Yeah.
But the problem is he shouldn't be your number one choice at left wing, and he is. And it's like if you look at Rio, you can build up Rio on the left. Because Rio's chance creation I bet is very high.
Yeah.
So you can build up Rio on the left. And that's why a lot of fans like myself have been crying for Rio to play, because you can see what Rio can do. Rio can skip past the man comfortably, can go outside, can go inside and create chances. You know, he might not get the assists, Matt, or anything like that, but he's creating opportunities and space and chances for other people. So you can build up with a Rio. That's not what Cody's game is. Cody's about just getting the ball and finishing it. That's what his game's about.
Yeah. So I don't want to annoy the fan base, but this was Diaz last. Like Diaz again, like, look, again, that's good numbers from Diaz. But the difference is, though, is that Diaz is a different profile of player. And he was still able to get good numbers in the Liverpool system. And
how many games did he play centre forward that season?
Yeah, he played that season. I think it shows you.
If you click on it should just come up, shouldn't it?
Yeah, so look at that. He played 15 games as a centre forward and scored 8 goals.
Same as he did at left wing.
Yeah.
His conversion rate as a striker was actually better than it was at left wing.
Yeah, but there is a slight misconception. Because he was doing the false 9, you have to remember, he was drifting to wherever he needed.
He didn't stay central. Yeah, he didn't stay central.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, there was times he was floating over to the right-hand side to help out with Salah, then through the middle, then off the left. We just don't have a player like that with that experience. Like, we just generally don't. As much as you want to say Rio is the most similar, but Rio hasn't got that experience. Rio, like, what Diaz can do is kind of a madness. Don't get me wrong, Diaz can frustrate, lose the ball, but we don't have a profile like that. We just don't.
No, and Diaz was a build-up winger, as I'm saying. And maybe that's why, look, Slot has come out and said he didn't actually want Diaz to be sold, but you know, I wasn't worried about Diaz being sold this summer. As I always said, it was about replacing him more than anything for me. But
yeah,
that was the issue there. But again, you look at his numbers, you look at Gakpo's numbers. There's not much difference in it.
There isn't. 17 and 8, bro.
You know, have we just got to bite the bullet here and say Mo's carried our
25
attack?
GA again. They both got exactly the same.
Do we have to just sit here and bite the bullet and say Mo's carried our attack for years?
But you know what though? All right. You see, last year, yeah, I know Mo got all the credit and rightly so, yeah. But imagine Cody Gakpo and Diaz both got 25 GA last year. Both of them.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive, you know.
Do they get that without Salah in the team though?
No, probably not. Because as much as Mo was a goal scorer, Mo became a conductor last year. We've never said.
He was telling players where to go and then just passed the ball to them.
Mo was just, it was crazy. Let me double check Mo's numbers again because I've forgotten his numbers off the top of my head. Salah's numbers, bro, last year, they were insane.
I swear Mo's our third top goal scorer this year, and he's been shit.
Well, you know, Mo's got 12 and 9 this year.
And the drop off's mad.
12 and 9 is, I'm not gonna lie.
So he's got 20 GA this season for someone who's fallen off a cliff.
Yeah, but
you know how many wingers would be happy with 20 GA in the season?
But you know what he got last year? This is why, though.
52, weren't it? Or something bad.
Bruv. This is what Mo done last year, bro. And he should have broken the assist record, but them idiots decided they were going to give up. Like,
he got 34 goals in all comps and 23 assists in all comps.
Yep.
That's not normal.
That's what, if my maths are correct, that's 57 GA, bro.
In 52 games. And people say Salah ain't world class.
Bruv, that is
If that's
mental.
not, Matt, sorry, I called you drifting. Sorry. Matt.
It's Team Kopish. I understand. We got drift. We got a cat.
That's not. Everyone always talks about Mo just being a goal scorer and he's not technically a good footballer, yeah?
Oh, look at the assist.
Can you tell, right, if Mo's not a technically good footballer, Matt, how do you get numbers like that if you're not technically good?
No, I agree. No. You can, but consistently, you
on a
don't.
consistent basis for 9 years.
You can't on a consistent, but you can't because they'll
and everyone forgets Salah got numbers at Roma before we bought him as well.
Yeah,
you know it's Salah's a much better player than people realise he is.
His first season at Liverpool. Let me see something because his first. But look at his first season. Good gracious!
Hang on, he got 16 assists in his first season.
Yes,
that's gone under the radar.
Yes, it has.
Because everyone just talks about the goals he scored, getting 44 goals.
He got 60 GA in 52 games, bro.
Because everyone talks about Mane, yeah, and Salah being the selfish one. I swear Mane's never had assists like Salah.
No, I don't think he has. I don't even want to disrespect Mane because Mane for me is one of the
Mane's a goat. There's no doubt about it.
Mane's one of the goats. But I don't even think Mane's ever surpassed 10 assists in a season. You know that?
Yeah, it's Salah. Yeah, Salah's selfish because he knows he can score goals. But
yeah,
he got 16 assists in his debut season.
11 in the Prem in his first season and 32. Bro, you can't. I'm telling you, this guy's different, bro.
If Liverpool won the Champions League that year, he would have won Ballon d'Or, you know.
Bro, like,
how many better players in Europe were better than Salah that season?
Probably only Messi. Like 18, like, bro, Salah.
Matt, that is Messi numbers. We're looking at Messi numbers there.
Look, 27 and 10 in the following season.
So he got 27 and 10 in the following season.
Yeah, then he got 23 and 13.
The man don't stop.
Then he got 31 and 6.
Don't stop.
I'm telling you, man. Then he got 31 and 15. Nah, this guy's an alien, bro. He's actually an alien. Then he got 30 and 16.
That's mad.
Then he got 25 and 14, and everyone was like, "Oh, is it over? Is it over? Is Mo finished?" Because he hit 25. Because no, normally he's hitting 30.
Yeah.
Then he responded with 34 and 23.
Yeah, we had like Salah's different.
Salah's mad.
It's like Mane was a technically more gifted footballer than Mo, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right, on that left-hand side. But Mo can win you a game, man. Like if I'm going to pick out of Mane and Salah to win me a game of football in their prime, I'm picking Mo Salah. And that's not disrespect to Mane, because Mane was technically a baller. And he was technically probably a better footballer than Mo. But from that winning a game point of view,
yeah,
I'm picking Mo every day of the week. But Mane was a G as well. I said it. Mane is best at Liverpool. I think was the best left winger in the world. I think he was a great player.
Yeah,
he was that as well. And the thing, you know, what I liked about Mane. Mane was dirty.
Yeah, Mane had that streak in him, innit?
Yeah, he wouldn't mind. He wouldn't mind elbow. If he went into a 50-50, he'd always leave an elbow. You know what I mean? Mane was great. Mane was class, man. I love Mane. Mo was just out of this world.
Because Mane came in the 16-17 season, and I think he got, let me see, I think he got like 13 goals or something in the league. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, 13 and 5. And he got 13 and 7 in his first season.
His first season was excellent. I remember him.
Yeah, but he changed. This is why
That goal against Arsenal in his debut.
because Mane changed the way how we played. Bruv,
Mane
that
was
the
a
first
G.
time we could actually run in behind.
I love Mane.
Mane in his sorry, I just realized it went really small. Mane in his second season now.
Yeah, look at
Got
that.
20 and 9.
Quality player, man.
Yeah. So has Mane ever surpassed? Then he 18-19. He got 26 and 4.
Yeah, weren't that the year that he outscored Mo in the league?
He got the same. I think they got the joint
got the
golden
same.
boot with Aubameyang. Yeah.
Do you know a mad stat, Matt? Harry
Go on.
Kane has only outscored Mo Salah in the Premier League once.
Swear down.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I didn't realize this. Yeah, that's crazy, actually. That is mad. Mane did surpass it. I was wrong. 22 and 12.
Yeah.
That Mane best season when we won the league. 1920.
Yeah, that was his best numbers season.
Yeah.
It was unreal. Yeah. He was unreal that year.
Sadio Mane.
That year, I think him, Bobby, and Mo shared everything around a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I swear Bobby's stats were great that year as well.
Bro, when I look at that, when I just remember that front three of Firmino, Salah, Mane, bro, I used to think like they're the best front three. Like see how like Barcelona had Emerson and Real Madrid had their one. We had ours. We could chat to any one of them, whether you thought they were better. But the point being was that we could chat to like anyone. Now we got Arne Slot chatting to us and rage baiting us.
Yeah.
Jay.
You know what makes me laugh though? So when Mo was, look, I've said it myself on my own channel, you know, I was calling for Mo to be dropped and all that because he weren't performing well. Yeah. And then when Mo was dropped and Frimpong was his replacement and nothing changed, I was like, you might as well bring Mo back.
Yeah, facts.
And honestly, you know, did we play any better without Mo? Like,
yeah.
We drew to Leeds twice without Mo. Yeah, great stuff.
Bro,
do you remember when Carragher said? You remember when Carragher said we were beating Leeds till Mo came on? Like Carragher's got it in for Mo, ain't he?
He can't stand him, brother, and it's really jarring. Like every moment he gets that he can just apply a bit of pressure, he'll do it. Like instead of just being understanding and going, listen, because he done the whole like, oh, you know, this is about Mo Salah again, isn't it? Like he just likes doing this, he can't help himself. It's like broski. Salah's leaving and he's letting everyone know exactly what the fan base is feeling. Salah gets it. You really think we care? With one game to go, Salah comes out of a statement that basically says Liverpool's in the mud. Do you think as fans we're going to curse him for that? When we've been seeing it all season long.
Did you see Carragher's face when it said 94% fans?
Yeah, but I'm not going to lie to you, yeah? I've never met Carragher and like, obviously, I'm not going to disrespect him because like he's a human being and it's just his opinion. Like his opinion is not gospel. He's just another human being like myself. Obviously, he's played the game at a high level, but in terms of this, he's just given his opinion. I can respect his opinion, but what I don't like is when you're trying to make your opinion gospel and when you're trying to make your opinion sway the masses. Like, just keep it to your opinion, Carragher. Because I'll be real, like, there's just certain things when I feel like even if he felt like that, he can see what's going on with his beloved club, like he says. But he still feels the need to like talk about Salah more so than talking about what's going on at Liverpool or the manager. Do you get what I'm trying to say, Jay?
Yeah, exactly. That's what annoys me. But do you remember when they all praised Harry Kane for not going into Spurs training because he wanted to transfer? Do you remember when they all praised him and Gary Neville had him on the overlap in that interview
with him and said,
walking through the park and said, "Oh, you deserve whatever you've done because what you've done for Tottenham."
Having ice cream, sitting
they should
down.
let you leave. They should let you leave because what you've done for Tottenham,
bruv. But this is what I'm saying. You know why I don't even want to.
The thing is, though, you know when he says Mo hates being a sub and you can't have them kind of players around.
Yeah.
And then Stevie on the overlap said, "I couldn't be a substitute because I know I'm better than most of the midfielders out there."
But he won't call out Gerrard. He would never do that.
Have you seen the overlap with him and Gerrard on it? Carragher barely talks.
Yeah, I know. Because he knows he can't. Because he knows when Gerrard speaks, you have to shut up. Because here's my thing.
You know Stevie hates Slot. You know Stevie hates Slot.
100. There's not one top player, even when they're kind of out of their prime, is okay with being subbed, okay being on the bench. None of them. So why is Salah got to take that approach? Oh, because you say Jamie. No, man.
Like Ronaldo. No. Ronaldo does not want to be a sub.
Bro, Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, every top player you can think of, even when they get to their twilights of their careers, they do not want to be subbed. They do not want to be on the bench. Do you want to know why? It's because that psyche that they've had in their whole career is
they believe they're better in the sub.
Yeah, so, look, it's the reason why they're there. It's the reason why we look at them as elite players.
Mo got taken off, and he's seen Frimpong play.
This is what I mean.
No, and not just that. He's seen Cody play every week.
He's seen McAllister run around all. Bro, I know Salah's thinking to himself, "This is crazy." Like.
And when Mo had that laugh with Stevie, and he said, "Yeah, I've been playing fullback this season as well," and Stevie was laughing like, "Yeah, I feel for you, man. You know, Stevie and Mo are tight."
Yeah, 100.
Yeah, Steve, because I think Stevie said it the other day on TNT, didn't he? He said he's got Mo's number. They talk all the time.
Yeah, they speak, bro. They speak.
You know, Mo saying, "Bun this manager to Stevie."
You know, he's saying mad stuff. I want to explain something for people that like big up Danny. He says like Carragher love Mane because Mane is brilliant. Hear this though. Do you want to know why though? You see Mane, yeah? Mane didn't have the personality or the coverage that Salah gets. Remember, Mane has never been looked at as the king of Liverpool. That's as great, whether what we feel about Mane, he's never been looked at like that. Carragher blatantly feels like with Salah's legacy, he's so scared of his legacy being so big, he can't fathom that. He don't like that. And not only that, Mane had a personality that's just different to Salah's, because they're just different people. But you see, when Ian Wright, ironically, when he was talking about players having to have a certain personality so the media don't see them as a threat. Broski, look at Kante, look at Mane in the media. They don't really like talking to the media. They're quiet. They don't even want to say nothing.
Yeah, they leave them.
Salah is completely different. Salah is not afraid, just like Cristiano Ronaldo, to go nuke the dressing room. He does not care. I'm not saying he's good, but he don't care. I don't know why, because he's got that kind of like that arrogance, that elite mentality that you're gonna have.
I'll give you one.
Yeah.
I'll give you one. What if Salah punched a man up in training like Mane did at Bayern? Did anyone say anything after that happened, or did it just go away?
They blame Sane.
They blame Sane for getting punched, yeah. If Salah punched...
Even I did.
Can you imagine Salah punching Rio?
This is what I'm saying.
You'd never hear the end of it. You'd never hear the end of it. Some players are just wired differently, ain't they? They want it to be
they're
about
wired.
They're just
and it's okay for playing. What I don't understand is, and again, this is for Jamie Carragher, yeah? I want to send it a direct message, yeah? Jamie Carragher, I've got no problems with you, but I would love to get you on Kopish to just have a debate about your thoughts towards Mohamed Salah and Liverpool as a whole. And yeah, I would love to get him on the show. There'll be no disrespect. It'll just be an honest conversation. Because again, I don't dislike Carragher. I just don't agree with his views. And I feel like because he's on the biggest platform theoretically that you can get with football, and him being a legend of the club can sway a lot. And we're seeing a legend go outside. Like, it just irks me. So yeah, Jamie Carragher, you probably would love to get in Kopish, so I can have an honest conversation respectfully. But yeah,
look, Carragher could have got sacked twice from Sky, but they kept him.
Yeah, I know.
You know, be humble yourself, Jamie.
That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes you have to be careful, like what you say and what about other people when you yourself of like, because again, no one said when Salah done the madness earlier in the season, we understood the timing was horrific. We understood it. But we also understand his pain, though. But two things can be true. The timing of it was mental.
Like, I don't always agree with players coming out and making statements.
Yeah, we understood it, but we understood Salah at the same time. Two things can be right.
Someone says Jamie loves the club more than Salah. If you guys don't know,
Yeah, but how can you measure someone's love of a club? Genuine question. What, because he's a Scouser? Is that what you're going to tell me now? Come on, we can't keep doing this. Because if that's the case, then unless you're Scouse, you shouldn't support Liverpool. And let's not go down to that argument. Because Liverpool is a club that, yes, we understand Scousers born and bred this club, but the Scousers have allowed anybody from anywhere in this club. It don't matter where you're from, whatever. It don't matter if you're an alien, you're a Martian, bro. Anyone is allowed in this club, bro. That's what's happened now. So we can't use that argument.
Obviously, Mo's only. Carragher's basically saying that Mo's only saying this because he's in bad form and he's being dropped. Yeah, and that might be the case, right? But if Mo had an elite level right winger coming in to take his place, I don't think Mo would be so angry about it, right? But he's seen the squad and going, who's going to come in and do the job I'm doing right now that's going to be even better than what I'm doing? Are we going to be defensively better? Because remember, Carragher really laid into Salah that first time round out and made it sound like Salah was the reason we can't defend. You remember when he blamed Mo for all the set pieces we were conceding and all that?
Bro, he fully crashed out, pinpointing Salah.
And this
And
myth
he has never
that Salah
apologised,
never
I don't
tracked
think.
back is a massive myth, by the way.
Yeah.
I've seen Salah track back loads of times under Jurgen. You reckon Jurgen ain't having Mo track back?
Yeah.
What
Big
we
up
doing
Brandon. See Agger. Bro, Agger loves Liverpool, bro. Bleeds Liverpool, bro. Just because I'm not saying Jeremy, of course Jeremy Carragher loves Liverpool, but you can't just keep doing this whole, because it's Carragher, he's on Sky Sports with overlap, getting paid, ray. He loves the club more than certain other man. You don't know that, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, go on.
Yeah, it just seems like a vendetta at times. I think Jamie Carragher could have a point, but because he goes overboard sometimes, his point gets diluted. Do you know what I mean? And like Jamie Carragher's made some weird. Do you remember when he called AFCON a nothing competition? Like he got that little nothing competition.
Yeah, he says some mad stuff at times.
And it don't sound great. And so, yeah, he might have a point in the Mo Salah's argument. He might do. But because he goes on and on and on and makes some really... He almost attacks Salah as a human being.
Yeah,
he's diluted his point then.
Yeah, I don't mind if Carragher criticizes his performance but it's when you say things like they were talking about... So imagine when he was talking about Salah, and talking about like, defensively Salah's a problem. He started talking about things like, but who's Mo Salah? He goes, he was kind of like a nobody before he went to Chelsea. And I was just like, that's so unnecessary. Like, why are you talking about him like that? You really think Gerrard would ever speak about Salah like that? Even if Carragher was telling the truth. Let's just say, for example, Carragher's telling the truth. His name wasn't the greatest or whatever. But you don't need to try and bring the character down. It's always about the character assassination for me. This is why Carragher, for me, always gets it wrong. Because his emotions and like he can't... I don't know what Mo said to him, but it's like he gets triggered and he has to say stuff. It's weird.
Yeah, it is kind of... Salah does definitely trigger him. There's no... There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. But I think Carragher said it himself. He likes the football he likes being played is the way Arsenal play. I think he said that himself the other week. You know, that's how he sort of likes football being played. So, you know, that's just his personality. And he believes Mo is an issue in the team. And, you know, being told that, you know, Mo's the reason why we concede a lot of free kicks because he doesn't defend set pieces when I'm watching McAllister mark Dan Burn in the League Cup final. You know,
even during the Premier League game as well, McAllister always feels like he has to go. He has to go up against Dan Burn. I don't understand.
It's just like
I don't get it.
Do you know what, Matt? I don't actually want Mo Salah in the box defending set pieces. I want him on the edge of the box.
Why not just have him on the freaking halfway line
and for counter attack?
Defend. Salah is probably like one of the worst players in the air. I'm not even joking, you know. And that's
Mo's not great. Yeah, so why put him in defensive positions?
He's actually kind of terrible. Like he's actually terrible in the air, Salah. He's actually.
Do you reckon defenders are going to go forward as much if Mo just stays on the halfway line?
At the halfway line, I promise you, teams would have to be like, crap, we're gonna have to leave 2 players back.
Because it's Mo. They go
Yeah.
respect Mo and what he's done in his career. That they're not going to, even if Mo's fallen off even today. If Mo's isolated on the halfway line in his own,
they still feel like, he could cause a
they
problem.
go respect what he's done. That they go and be like, maybe we just leave another one back here just in case.
100.
But apparently, you've got to put Mo in the box or all set pieces and defend. Like, what are we doing? I don't need him. I've got Carragher and Kanata. Virgil and Kanata are both 6'4". I'm all right, man. I don't need him. I've got Gatpo who's 6'1" or 6'2", whatever he is. I've got Gravenberch who's over 6 foot. I don't need all these small little ones in defending. They're in the way. Get out. Do you know what I mean?
No, I
And Virgil and Kanata are not picking anyone up. Like, our 2 best headers of the ball are always never picking anyone up. But all the midgets are defending the big players.
It makes no sense.
It's all shit.
Frimpong in the box as well. Madness. Just leave Frimpong and Salah on the halfway line, bro. That's all you got to do, bro. Do you know what I mean?
It's all crap, man.
I've just seen some news non-related to Liverpool, but I'm just seeing like Man United. I think Fabrizio said about they're talking to Edison.
They want Edison. Edison, the goalkeeper.
No, Edison from Atalanta.
See, I watch Italian football a lot. Edison, he's okay. I don't think he's.
Okay. You don't think he's like a midfielder that you go,
I don't think
I can't believe it.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to change the culture or anything like that. I think he'll do well at Man United, but I don't think it's, oh, shit, they're buying Edison. Do you know what I mean?
But what if I told you they were getting him and then they were to get Elliot Anderson as well?
Yeah, then that will help.
That's
him.
Because you've got to think about, because I'll be real, that's a problem. Just got to be realistic.
Yeah, Elliot I do have Edison in career mode. You are right.
Yeah, Elliot Anderson and Edison is your pivot, and then Bruno. That's a bit problem.
I mean, Edison is a decent player. I just don't think.
He's not like
Edison. I'm not like.
I agree.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's just good. Yeah. No, he's good. He's like a 6, 7 out of 10 player. I think he's a good player, though, Edison. I think he's good.
No, Edison will do well at Man United, but he's not. I don't know what it is. I think you need other players around. Look, I saw a rumor the other day that Man United are trying to get Anderson and Tonali.
Yeah, bro.
If they get Anderson and Tonali, ship off Casemiro, Ugarte, and they go and get because I think there's a chance Bruno could leave as well. So
some of the people in the chat think Anderson goes to City. Yeah, he could be. There is talk that City are the ones, but Man United haven't been ruled out just yet. As far as I'm aware,
tell you, Man United do get Edison, Anderson, and Tonali, and they keep Kobe Mainu and they keep Bruno. They're gonna be trouble next season. Yeah, they're gonna be trouble
for real. Right, chat. Let's read out the supers and then we're gonna head out of here. Big up you guys for tuning in, though, man. It's been, I wouldn't say it's been a crash out morning because obviously, like, there's a lot of things that's been said, but it's gonna be intriguing over the next couple of weeks to see what happens and whether this news with Arne Slot is actually true. And then hopefully, if it is, then we can actually look forward to our transfer window, you know what I mean? A new coach and new ideologies, and then we can start thinking about how we're going to play next season. Robbo. Oh, yeah. You know what?
Robbo was on the overlap, weren't he?
Funny you say that, yeah? I'm glad you reminded me. You know, Robbo spoke about Jota.
Oh, what did he say?
I've got the audio. You ready for it? Because I had to rip it from overlap. Hopefully we don't get copyrighted, but anyway, let's listen to it.
I think what happened in the summer was, I think nobody can prepare for what we had to go through. After the highs of the end of last season, the first time me seeing the lads after, the trophy days, we're on a plane on the way to one of our mates' funerals, and I think, and I'm not saying I don't want this being used as an excuse, but for the lads, it's been. It's been tough. It has been tough, and we can't hide away from that. We're only human beings at the end of the day, and I think for the world of football, it was tough enough. Yeah. But for us, that it's one of our best mates.
I don't think people understand the enormity of the emotional strain that it has on a team when a player, even when he's unwell, when you heard that one of his family's not well, but let alone one of your teammates goes. So, yeah, that must have been really tough.
It was tough, and obviously from that point of view, we then had a disrupt pre-season. You know, certain things we had to do, and certain things we had to be respectful towards in terms of how we were dealing with it. In terms of grief, we couldn't, like the manager and the sports scientists, they couldn't push us too hard too early because, you know, of what we were going through, and they were going through the exact same. And I think what happened in the summer was, you know, I think nobody can prepare for what we had to go through. You know, after the highs of the end of last season, you know, the first time me seeing the lads after, you know, the trophy days, we were on a plane on the way to one of our mates' funerals. And I think, and I'm not saying, I don't want this being used as an excuse, but for the lads, it's been, you know, it's been tough. It's been tough. It has been tough.
Yeah. I mean,
but
he's
basically
right at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think big up Andy Robertson, man. Like, again, one thing, first of all, actually, RIP Diogo Jota and Andre Silva. Yeah, you will never be forgotten. Trust me, they will never be forgotten. In returns of what Robertson was saying, I think he was just spot on. He said it's not an excuse. Like, it's not. He's just basically saying, like, these are the challenges or some of the challenges that we've had to go through this season. So I don't know when they spoke about it on the overlap, but I'm just going to kind of say, like, obviously, I'm sure they spoke about, you know, troubles that they had, and that was one of them. And especially at the start of the season, because when he mentions about how the sports science people couldn't push us and, you know, at the beginning and stuff, and he even said, I think I haven't got that clip there, but he spoke about how he knew from the start of the season they weren't going to be great, because even though they won the 5 games, he said they weren't playing well. So, like, the writing was kind of already there. And again, it's not making excuses. I'm not using Jota's death, and I would never use some. Just don't use that. But I think you just got to factor in the mindset of some of the players. Not for all, for some maybe, especially maybe not necessarily as much as the ones that just arrived and maybe didn't know that Ekatike inverts. But for the ones that have been his friend for 5 years, you have to factor that into the psyche and how everyone deals with things differently. Because for some people, they might have been all right, but for others, they might not. So you have to respect them.
Yeah, you do. Like, the Jota thing has to be respected for the players' welfare.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's been the whole downfall of our season at the same time, because
I agree, yeah.
The way the manager wants to play and the way he's changed it doesn't comprehend what happened with Diogo Jota still at the same time. You know, because he was going down this route anyway. But the players themselves, they're going to be like, it's going to be difficult for them in the first 3 or 4 months of this season to go to work every day without him there. Eventually, like life, you get used to things and you move on, don't you? And it's just the way life is. And so, and I'm sure they would have had some professional counselling if it was needed as well from the football club as well. So, yes, there was always going to be a downfall. I said at the beginning of the season when it happened, like, you know, if we don't win the league this year and some of the players are a little bit off it, I can understand it. And that's not me changing where I am now. What we've done this season is just not the Jota situation. It's the manager situation at the same time. It's
definitely the manager situation.
The thing with Jota happened as well. So
yeah.
You know, it's not slot changing system and formation what happened with Diogo at the same time. But the players, maybe this is why Mo is angry and upset, because you can tell Mo was with the Jota really hurt him. We can see that. Maybe that's why Mo's angry as well. Maybe he's thinking this hasn't been managed properly, and you know, you've got to take that into consideration. You know, so maybe with even Mo's outbursts and all that, where we look at it, maybe that's part of the we need to review everything at the end of the season.
I think so, because I big up JP. I think he gets 2 things can be true. I do think 2 things can be true. Yeah, 100%.
It's not starting to change at the end of last season when Jota was still with us, and it was starting to turn a bit.
Yeah. Because in January, people in the fan base are saying, "I don't like what's going on here."
We changed our football a little bit.
Do you know what I mean? And you know, RIP to Jota, he was still here, but so 100%.
But the Jota thing's always going to be a player performance level. It's not going to be from a tactical setup and how you set a team up sort of thing. So, I just, as you say, everything can be true at the same time, can't it?
Agreed.
Everything.
Right, let's read out these supers before we head out of it. Big up JXX says he wouldn't not be surprised surprise me if FSG get rid of all three. Michael Edwards, Richard Hughes, and on his slot, but there's too much to deal with now as a manager. Our biggest issue, coaching is bad. I didn't think of that actually. Getting rid of all three. I mean,
Well, they've all got 1 year left in their deals, ain't they?
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't think any of them are staying. So
yeah, I also think the club rely way too much on data. I agree with that as well.
yeah,
Can't just be data. I agree.
they don't use their eyes no more.
Yeah, big up Wowitz again, man. Appreciate the super chats, my broski. For example, training, we don't overtrain. It's red, orange, and green zones. That's data driven. You have to push your body to level up. We don't do that now. You make mistakes when tired. I agree.
Matt, I put a video in a group chat the other day about Klopp. Did you see that video I put in with Klopp training?
Yeah,
Did you see how intense it was?
bruv, completely different. Now,
Have you
don't
seen
get me
any
wrong.
intense video footage this season of our training?
The knock-on effect though is what you probably will find is you will reach a higher peak, but
Yeah.
your players will be more prone to being injured. So like you kind of have to find the balance. You have to find the balance.
Well, we said it with Klopp. Klopp needs a squad of about 35 players, don't he?
or 55.
Yeah, and then you can do what you want.
Yeah. Oh, it's Josh from Military. Oh, big up yourself, Josh. I didn't know it
No,
was
big
you, my
up, Josh,
broski.
man.
Big up yourself, man. Appreciate it, my bro. Didn't even know it was you, bro.
Josh, why don't you just keep it the same name?
Yeah, because now I'm gonna probably flipping forget, but no, I won't. I won't. Big up Golda. Big up Matt J. Been crashing out bare times over the past week. Hope the, his current awareness isn't a cause of that. How do the man at Kopish choose which voice to mainstream? Chris Royce is sure grateful to Kopish for the 15 seconds. Do you know what, bro? I'll be real. I just saw it, and a lot of people were speaking about it. And not only that, someone said, Anfield Agenda, Craig was speaking about this on Sunday or Monday.
Yeah,
that
he said he had information.
Yeah,
They
so
could
like,
talk
I'm just,
about.
remember, I'm not saying this person is spot. I'm just saying, I'm just reporting what's been said. And it got a lot of coverage. If it was only like a couple of thousand views or whatever.
It's got 2.5 million views. I mean,
This
it's
is what
got
I'm trying to say.
big coverage.
But again, it could all be just because we're all desperate for him to leave.
The thing is, though, a lot of these things, these news things that do happen, do come from really random sources.
Buying space is the for me is the one I'll never forget. A random brother just talking about German football and Verts, and all of a sudden
He got the
knows
Vert
exactly
thing
what's
bang
happening.
on every bit.
Yeah,
We
way
were
before
speaking-
everyone.
We were actually speaking for Verts from that February for a long time.
Yeah,
And and he got it all bang on. So yeah, it can come from random. These news articles can come from just a randomest place, like because they just get their information. You know, I don't know how they just find their information before, you know, the Ornsteins and that do.
yeah.
You got to remember with Ornstein, he's only going to report something when clubs give him that information. You know, others can go a little bit deeper and find information elsewhere and release it a little bit early. That's why Ornstein don't like Fabrizio.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, now I hear it. People, there's over 785 people in there. Smash the like button. Can we please get this video up to 700 likes? Really appreciate that. We were having a great conversation this morning, me and Jay, and obviously with you guys. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. And if you are enjoying the show, people, smash the like button. We'd really appreciate that, man. Trust me. Big up Blue. I don't even know how you pronounce that. Blaugrana?
Blaugrana.
Blaugrana.
Yeah.
Slot is talking a lot of BS. Reminds me of politicians. Zero accountability, makes worthless excuses and dumb decisions. Time to go, my friend. I hear it. And big itself for the super chat. So, apologies, I butchered your name. Big up Ice. Slot has caused fans to believe that we should sell, if not all, most of our summer signings last year. It's mental. I don't believe he will go.
It is true. It gets me thinking now is Verts
That
actually
players
that
aren't good enough, innit?
Is that really that good?
Yeah.
You know, are these players? No, I don't think Frimpong. I think you could use Frimpong in a way where he don't look shit. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly, bro. Just
You
not
know
a
what I
right
mean?
wing.
Like obviously Frimpong's not that. He's probably out of all the players we bought, he's the least gifted player we probably bought this summer. Yeah, but
yeah.
you can put him in a position and get a performance out of him where you're just highlighting the strengths of his game more than his weaknesses all the time.
Big up,
You know what I mean?
Chat, yeah.
Like when he plays Frimpong, he puts him into a position that's just going to make him look shit.
Exactly.
So,
Ah.
like, you've got to sometimes, Frimpong might not be good enough, guys, and we might have to let go, right? But I do feel for him a little bit because I think the manager's let him down.
The manager should never be. The manager should
be Salah's replacement, and it's Frimpong, and he's not even a right winger.
Bro,
do you know what I mean? It's just not going to help Frimpong at all. Frimpong must be like, no, don't do this to me, please.
Yeah. Don't put me at right wing. Manager, he looks on the team sheet. Frimpong, right wing.
It's like, for fuck's sake.
He's just like, for flip's
of course,
sake,
I'm going to get all the shit the next day because I'm replacing Mo.
Yeah.
And it's not even my position.
It's mad, bro. Big up Golda. Finally, some appreciation from two of the biggest haters. Your fan base is hailing from slot madness. Matt was saying Cody's a decent second option for left wing at 250k a week, but deal was a problem for asking for a salary hike. All right, Golda, I love the narrative you're trying to run, but I said it from time. I didn't want Diaz sold, and I said Diaz should be given a new contract. However, if he's not given a new contract and he doesn't want to sign, obviously we have to sell him. In terms of second option, I wasn't talking about wages. I was just talking about output. But if you factor that in, if you want to replace Diaz, Cody Gakpo with a left winger for cheaper, I've got no problems with that either. So don't worry about that either. You know,
I don't. To this day, I don't know how much Diaz was actually asking for. You know,
all I know is that at buying he's on about 200k.
Yeah, it's weird situation
and Liverpool
because
felt like he wasn't worthy of that, but was willing to give Gakpo more. That is, I know
it don't make sense to me. It's
madness
because even if we're data driven, right, I could say in the computer, that still tells me Diaz is better than Cody, no matter what. No matter what data you want to use,
facts,
Diaz is still. Like, I can use Diaz as a left wing or a false nine. I can use Diaz at right wing as well. He's all right. He's been there. You know, the work rate he goes through and all that. Do they believe? The only thing I can think of is they think he won't peak any higher than he did last season. So if they give him a contract, that's the only thing I can think of, Matt. So last season, they believe that was the highest peak Diaz can get to, right? Yeah. And they believe anything from there on is only downwards, considering he's, 28, 29 now or something like that. Now? So they thought, like, it's going to go that way. With Mo, they was happy to always give Mo the money because Mo's output was always that way, no matter how old he was.
But here's the killer, though. So Diaz being 29 and winning 200k a week, we could have just given him a 3-year deal, bro. Sorry, a 4-year deal. So 29, so it ends the contract in 33. But if you really want, you're probably going to maybe sell him when he's like 32 or something like that. So you're basically giving like 2.5 years at maybe still been at the highest level. You're telling me you can't pay for that?
It's weird, ain't it? Don't make a lot of sense.
Yeah. And big up Strictly Football. After Mo crashed out, Gerrard went round to his house. Yeah, he did. Do you remember Gerrard spoke to Mo? He admitted it, bruv.
Yeah, they spoke shit about Slot.
You know, Gerrard can't stand him.
You know, Mo made a coffee and is sitting in the kitchen and so, like.
Yeah.
Stevie's like, I wish there was a bug in the house where we could do it.
So we can actually hear the conversations, innit? You know what I mean?
Imagine Stevie under Slot.
What's that?
Imagine Stevie under Slot. I reckon Slot would try and get Stevie out because he's too big of a
too big a personality. Yeah,
like Brendan did. That's why Brendan tried to get rid of Stevie.
Yeah.
Because Brendan wanted to be the guy, didn't he? He wanted his voice known.
He couldn't have Mr. Liverpool being there when he's trying to recreate Liverpool in his image.
Yeah. Can you imagine? I mean? Can you imagine being a manager and dropping Stevie to the bench for a trip to the Bernabeu?
That's mental.
And Lucas Leiva's playing in midfield.
Could never be me, bro. Put your pride to one side and just play the best player.
Do you know the other weird stat? You know that season we should have won the league under Brendan, right?
Yeah.
We conceded 50 goals in the Premier League that year, right? Which is terrible. Conceded more this year. But we scored 101 goals.
I know, bruv. I know.
We had a goal difference still of 50.
Bruv. Luis Suarez took all the Nandrolone that you could find on the planet because he was on another planet, bro.
I don't think there was a better striker in the world at that time, man.
Bruv, Luis Suarez in that season, I know
Did
there
he
will
miss a
obviously
few
always
games as
be
well?
there'll always be a debate between what season was better, Salah's title winning or Suarez's. But the thing is, I feel like, all right, the best way for me to think of it is like this: if you put Suarez in the team that won it last year, do Liverpool still win the league? That version of Suarez, I'm gonna say yes.
Suarez and Salah in the same team's disgusting, by the way. Do you know why
No,
it's
no, but-
disgusting? Because Suarez scored a lot of goals, but Suarez weren't a selfish footballer. Suarez has got ain't Suarez like second all time with assists or something like that?
Yeah, something crazy. Yeah,
He's not a selfish footballer. He mixes in. But he'll get his own goals as well. Suarez was different, man. He was just that season under Rodgers
as a person, but as a player, flipping hell, bro.
That season under Rodgers was different, man. Yeah, it's conceding 50, but scoring 101 goals.
Mad.
Look, Brendan didn't know how to defend, and it was Brendan's issue. Yeah, but it was all out attack. We should have won the league, right? But I will take that Brendan season over this slot season every day of the week, man.
Over this slot season?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and we still didn't win anything.
Yeah,
still disappointing.
Yeah, but we wouldn't be in pain.
At least I was entertained.
Yeah, and we wouldn't be thinking, oh my days, we gotta hope that we don't get battered by Brentford and that Bournemouth don't batter who they're playing, because there's still a slight chance Bournemouth could get Champions League football. But it's not gonna happen. But
do you remember when we destroyed Arsenal in 20 minutes?
Yeah.
4-0 in 20 minutes.
I remember that was.
Do you remember when Suarez almost scored the greatest goal of all time on the volley?
That we done an early kickoff. That was 12th kickoff on BT Sport, you know.
Yeah, it was the first ever one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you remember Suarez's goal? That almost like, oh my god, when he hit the post on that volley.
When the ball, bro, that would have been.
I've never seen a team get destroyed as much as Arsenal that game.
Yeah.
Smoked them, and that's the football we was playing. I was like, this is the football I love. This is great.
That was Suarez, Sterling, and Sturridge.
Just ridiculous.
Liverpool built off like having centre forwards and wide players, man. Like it's just our MO, bro.
Yeah, we've
and
always had great wingers and forwards. Give me the Brendan season that we didn't win the league but played entertaining football over this season with Arne slot every day of the week. Because at least I can go, we didn't win the league. We should have. I'm pissed off about it. But my God, what an entertaining campaign.
100%, Jay. 100%.
What have we got? What have we got to look back at this game?
No, but that team there
this season,
if you were to incorporate it into the now, we'll be able to do better than what we did in Champions League this season.
No, I can tell you go in the chat sets there. Actually, that Rodgers team would have won the league this year.
No, it probably would have. It would have, because it would have just buried every opponent. And even if we lost to Arsenal in a one-on-one head-to-head game, we would have battered everyone else.
Yeah.
We would have battered them. That team there was just on some Nandrolone.
I just like attacking. Liverpool is based on attacking football. It always has been.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, even Rodgers understood it. And then Klopp took it to another level. I'm telling you, because what it is, no, it's another conversation another day. We just went mad. We got Goda. Jay, do you think Diaz has upped his game this season, or do you feel like his Bundesliga tax concession has benefited from?
I think Diaz is playing exactly the same as he did at Liverpool the year before, but he's got more freedom and movement in Germany to get more goals.
Okay.
I think his consistency has stayed the same. That's a credit to him. I am a little concerned now about buying players from Germany, ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Same.
By the way, Gittins looked like a well beater 2 years ago in Germany.
Gittins, I don't even know what's happened to him, bro.
He looked like a well beater. Now, is he still at Chelsea? I don't know.
I don't even know.
Look at Jadon Sancho. Jadon Sancho's best time in his career was in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, it was. You're right.
He looked like a well beater.
Yeah.
You know, it's just look at Verts. I don't know, man.
Bruv. I don't know, man.
20 GA for Leverkusen.
This is why, if I'm being honest, I'm going to say something really honest. This is why, as much as I want Diamande, I'm scared.
It's a bit of a worry, yeah. I like buying Matt. Do you know where I'm going? I think we should look at the French league more.
I think we should look at the French
because the French league is more robust, ain't it? So they're physically better to adapt to Premier League football.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Boy,
I've been watching a lot of German games with Cal talk because Cal watches them and so does Ram, and they told me about it. So I've been watching a bit recently. Do you know it don't matter who you play, everyone plays high line.
Yeah, I know.
Union Berlin play high line football.
Bro, get ready for the final, the cup final this weekend. It's on Saturday. Bayern have got Stuttgart in the final. I suggest everyone check it out. Obviously, we've been linked with Home.
Yeah, because our future manager could win.
Yeah, go check it out. I think it's probably on Sky. Yeah, but yeah, check it out, chat. I think it's definitely on Saturday.
Oh, I think they're on YouTube, ain't it? It's on YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube as well. I didn't even know that.
They show a lot of German games on YouTube, don't they?
Actually, you might be right because they have shot the final before on YouTube. Actually, yeah. So, but yeah, people, listen. We're gonna head out here. Hope you guys have enjoyed the shows. Listen, man, there's been a lot of talking points. Make sure you leave comments as well regarding the manager situation. Do you think he's gonna go? Not only that, how did
one
you
last
feel?
thing.
You go.
Before we go, Fabrizio tweeted. He said, "Don't forget the end of the season review at Liverpool is going to involve the players, the management, and also Arne Slot. At the moment, Liverpool have not reached out to other managers. This review is going to be crucial for the future of the club." So players going to sit there bunnings.
Yeah, I think Fabrizio might know something, but he needs that. He doesn't want to send that tweet too early because he needs to make sure he gets them likes. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Curtis Jones and Slot had a massive argument as well, didn't they? So,
and that's why Jones wants out. But I knew Jones wanted that from before them, though.
So you imagine Salah and Slot at the end of this, Salah, Slot, and Curtis Jones at the end of this review. I want to be there for it.
Yeah, same.
They should put this on TNT Sports.
Yeah, facts. Yeah,
where's Dan the Child with their round table shows on YouTube? Get this on there.
I've heard that as well. Dave, you heard this quickly. Iriola is now favourite for the job, you know. Now, yesterday I think it was Enrique. Now it's Iriola now, you know.
Yeah, I tell you what, Matt. The job he's done, the attacking football he plays, the players he likes.
Yeah.
Get me it, man.
Hold on, this is from Anfield Sector. This is all right. 2 brand new LFC original films will be released to celebrate the legacies of Salah and Robertson. The pair will both say farewell to the Reds, blah blah blah. As part of the club's tributes to them, new documentary programs are now set to premiere on All Red Video. Firstly available 11 a.m. Friday, tomorrow. Salah's farewell. The King will celebrate an extraordinary blah 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 blah. Following Thursday, 20th of May, will be Robbo, My Liverpool, which features unprecedented access for Robertson throughout his final weeks of the club. Okay, so Salah's got a video coming out tomorrow, 11 a.m., if I'm not mistaken. That, if I read this correctly, on the LFC website, and then Robbo's one will be a week after.
I like it that they separate it. So
I'm glad that they've done it separate as well. So it'll be on. Oh yeah, it'll be streaming on All Red Video, guys. It will be there.
Unfortunately, for it's not. Salah's going to take a lot of the limelight on Sunday, you know, because it's Mo. But we have to remember Robbo is been a legend. Robbo's been a legend for us. Legend. Who would have thought he would have been one of the best left backs in the world when we bought him?
I didn't think so. I have to be honest. I didn't think so.
In his prime under Jurgen, was there many better left backs?
No, he was the best left back in the world under Jurgen Klopp's management.
Do you know what Mourinho said about him? He said he was tired just watching him.
Yeah.
He said he didn't know how he did it. He ran 100 miles an hour for 90 minutes.
The only person, in my opinion, that can talk to Andy Robertson is Ashley Cole in the Premier League. That's it. No one else.
Yeah.
Ashley Cole is the only person, bro.
£8 million.
Mental from home.
It just shows when the data is done properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's done correct, facts.
And who would have players that suit a manager's style of football as well, then it can be done properly.
Yeah.
Thing is, like, our manager changes his style every week, so fuck knows who he was.
I know. Yeah, Liverpool tweeted it as well. So yeah, the Salah. Oh man, this is crazy, man.
I think Jurgen there on the weekend as well.
I don't know actually. I don't even know.
They can't. No,
chat. It's on All Red Video, so that I don't think that's not LFC YouTube. That'll be actually on Liverpool's website. But yeah,
I can't have. Can you imagine Jurgen being there? Because I thought there was a rumor Jurgen was going to be giving out awards to Mo and Robbo on Sunday. after the game.
Yeah, I don't know if that's been confirmed. I'm not too sure, if I'm being honest.
Because if he is, that's a bad look for Arne. Because
well, he ain't gonna be Slot handing, bruv. Slot ain't doing nothing, bro.
Slot, do you reckon Slot gets on the microphone and after?
Bro, he'll be a brave man to do that. Very brave.
Do you remember when he told everyone they were booing the players and not him?
Yeah. If he goes out on at Anfield and starts talking on that microphone,
do you reckon Slot in his own mind believes he's more popular at Liverpool than Mo Salah?
no, I think he's happy Salah's leaving, and that's why they've had the fallout. He's happy, bro. Don't get twisted. He's happy he's leaving, bro.
Because on Sunday, that crowd is only there for Robbo and Salah.
Yes, that's correct. They're not there for him, and he needs to understand that. The moment he picks up that microphone, you're going to hear boos. And do you know what? Even that might be a turning point for Liverpool's hierarchy for FSG, you know? When they hear the
Dominic
boos,
Mysterio heat, that's what's going to happen, man.
yeah.
It's going to get Dominic Mysterio heat. Anyone who knows, when Dominic gets the mic, they just boo.
But just, you can see what's going to happen. So,
yeah, just if I'm Arne, I'm taking the back seat of the whole game. Just let the game play out.
Yeah.
And just let the two boys have all the let Mo and Robbo get on the mic and do their thing. Can you imagine if Mo gets on the mic one last time and slags off the manager in front of the Anfield crowd? That'd be hilarious.
Nah, he wouldn't do that. I don't think so. Something would have to go horribly wrong for him to say that. Unless there's something like on a sly one where it's like, I'm gonna miss Liverpool, you know, my time here. I'm sure everyone has heard what I said, and I want to reiterate. If he says something like that, then it's like, bro.
He should say, my time here shouldn't have ended this season, but unfortunately it has. And then he just looks at the coaches.
Yeah, nah, for real.
This is a shoot promo.
Yeah. Now, Salah could really go mad on Slot. You know?
I don't think, do you know what? I don't think Mo cares either.
I don't think of course he doesn't care.
I don't think Mo gives a shit. And the thing is that I think Mo can say whatever he wants to that Anfield crowd Sunday, and they're all going to be on his side.
What Slot needs to be careful of as well is, and you see, because Salah's leaving,
Hollywood Salah, you know.
Yeah. Remember, Salah's legacy is already cemented. Nothing can change. Nothing can change for Salah, you know. It can only change for Slot. That's the difference.
Yeah, it's gotta be crazy. Does he play him, man? Does he play him?
We're gonna find out.
Do you reckon the crowd are gonna take it if Mo ain't playing?
I think the crowd would be pissed off still.
Do you reckon it's not got the guts not to bring Mo on at all?
If he's available, I think he has to play him. I think he'll know that he wants the fans.
If Robbo Salah don't play at all.
No, could you imagine on his final game?
Did you hear Ancelotti as well? Ancelotti said Alisson's been training for 2 weeks.
I saw that. I was like, what?
So why is my man playing?
I'm not gonna lie.
Because I ain't gonna lie, the other day I saw him running around and jumping around at the stadium. I'm like, why ain't he playing, man?
Yeah.
You telling me our manager's just trying to get rid of all these guys now?
Mental.
Because he's reluctant to play Gomez.
Yeah, he is. I think Gomez is leaving though as well.
Are they all going? Is Virgil going last man standing?
He might be. And I think Virgil's shitting himself thinking that he could be the last person, or he probably knows he will be. So
yeah, I reckon there's things Virgil wants to say, but he can't.
He can't, yeah. I think so. Guys, listen, we're going to end the show here. Big up Jamie each and every time. Big up you guys in the chat. Make sure you smash the like button. Listen, at one point we had over 700 people, 800 people in the arena. Can you please smash the like, people, and let us know your thoughts on the whole situation in regards to Salah, in regards to Arne Slot and Liverpool in general. So make sure you leave a comment. But people, listen, we'll be live later on today on Jamie's channel, Vibes with Kopish. Make sure you tune in. We'll be live.
Be mad.
Yep, 10 o'clock tonight. It's always madness there.
No football talk, guys. Just vibes, you know.
It's just vibes, bro. It's just vibes. Sometimes there's a bit of depending on what happens. Sometimes there's a bit of football talk, but it's just
just
vibes.
friends together chatting shit.
You know what I mean? Trust me, just chilling out, you know. So yeah, man. You'll be redirected to Fam Zone and Dean and Ends. They are going there. I think they might be live now if they're not already. So big up Dean. He should be live with Ends right now. So big them up each and every time you're gonna be redirected to them. But people, listen, smash the like button, subscribe. Hope you guys have really enjoyed the show. Big up to each and every one of you. Take care. God bless. It's your boy, man, like Matt and Jamie. We're out of it, people. Enough love. Can't wait to get rid of this freaking manager. Sorry, forgot where there is. People, we're actually out of here.
I want to dance. Let me show you how.